world. Hi, I'm in world 2. Um, we have our first product meetup, technically of the year, actually. Oh, we got a subscriber. Thank you, Ed Twitch. Yes, very very cool. All right, so as always, be sure to type out your questions because the question and text chat is how we are going to be able to respond to you. So, as much as we would love to hear your beautiful voices, we do need to have the questions in text chat also so everybody can hear. So, if you have anything to say, please type it into the chat. All right. Uh, Other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started with the introductions of the Wookiees. Weird dog thing, could you go ahead?
My pleasure.
Welcome.
I'm Wally, your friendly neighborhood support giraffe, here to answer your tickets, solve your problems, and make sure everybody is having a good time.
All right. Thank you, Giraffe. I am Lacey, community manager, wearer of many hats, doer of many things, and I'm here. Steel?
Hello, I'm Still. I break everything.
Yes, and subsequently fixes it by breaking it, so it's good.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, well, those are the Wookiees we have today. We have a couple people are out today, but we have us, so that's good. All right, we got a couple of announcements actually this week because we haven't had one for a while. So, couple of updates. We have the store collection submissions open. If you're curious about what I mean, you can check out our Discord. We are having submissions taken in for the Cyber/Futurepunk collection. This was actually something that was suggested by one of the Discord questions of the day, and so I think two of you actually suggested it, and so we are going to be accepting submissions until I think February 13th. Don't quote me on that. I wrote it, I promise. But yeah, send them in as soon as you can, and we will get a new store collection up. And so we can see all the cool stuff on the front page of store.sansar.com. As also you guys know, when we had Boat's House the other week, we had the grand opening of Club Sansar, which is a nice area where people can go in and hang out, but also they can perform. If there's, anybody that you know that would like to perform but might not know how to make a world or whatever, it is completely open to everyone that is interested to use it as a club to, perform at or just play games at. So if you guys are interested in that, please feel free to contact us. I'm more than happy to set you up with it. The next thing is that tomorrow we will be having a Sansar Top 5, which is amazing. Sansar Top 5 is one of the most exciting experiences that you'll ever see in Sansar, where we go around and hop around places, and it will be Torley, Sam, and Bowden. So you'll want to come. We have a lot of events going out today as well. The Oasis Dance, Evening with Queen, Illuminati, Enchanted Music Moment, and if you guys are able to, especially make it, we're going to be testing out the mobile chat feature during the Oasis Dance. So if you guys want to attend on your mobile devices or your browser, you can for this event. We'll just be testing out some of the features for this, and let us know if you find anything a little bit goofy with it. Other than that, we have some very exciting announcements, as you guys probably saw. We have new ambassadors, and so I'm really, really excited to announce that we've inducted a few new ambassadors into the ambassadors program, and those would be Mieka, Ninja Kid,
Yay.
Rag, Woofers, and
Yay.
Turge.
Yay.
So congratulations, everyone. It's really exciting.
Applause.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Very cool. You guys do a lot, and there was a lot of submissions this round, guys. We can only accept a few because of how many. There's one of me. We can only accept a few at a time. Yeah,
A lot.
a lot. And so keep your eyes out and keep your eyes posted for the next time it opens if you guys are interested in joining. But wish I could have accepted every single one of you guys. It was a hard choice. But congratulations to those new ambassadors. And you guys should be seeing.
Lacey did my check clear.
Oh, we after we'll talk. No,
Deal.
kidding. Just kidding. You're good.
Just kidding, everybody.
No,
You're
no.
supposed to
Just
slip the
it's a
envelope under
volunteer
the
program.
door.
Anyway, all right. So that is it from my side. If you, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass the torch to Steele to announce anything that we have going on in the technical department.
Okay, so actually, I saw Magnari. I think it was your question. It was one of the very first ones that popped up about the IK arms. We do have a point release that is probably going to go out later today. It does have a fix for those arms. It also will fix the desktop pointing. So when you have an object that's being held that's supposed to be pointing at the cursor, it fixes that too. It's the same issue. We also have two fixes that'll be coming out in this point release for dynamic sit points. One of them is, if you've noticed, if you're on a really fast moving sit point, you can kind of see the back of your avatar's head if you're in first person. That's been fixed, so the camera sticks a lot better to your avatar. The other one is when you teleport to a friend. So any of you that know what that bug is, that one's getting fixed too. So your avatar won't break anymore.
Oh
It was
man,
fun.
I liked walking up
I know
walls.
it was fun. I know, but it's scary for new users, and if you're in first-person VR, it's quite nauseating. You know, it's fun. Yeah, we've got a fix for both of those, and the IK arm should be good later today.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Is there any other stuff we have to announce from the all set?
Not that I know of right now.
Will the hand bug thingy in VR get fixed?
Yeah, that's what you just announced, the IK bug. So that is being fixed. It should be coming out in a release later today.
Yep.
Yes, yes. We can give a hand to Steel, no pun intended. So no, thank you guys for
No,
looking into
that'll
that.
goes to Don.
Yes, Dawn did a
Don
lot.
got the cert fixed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was up late last night getting that fixed.
Yeah, seriously, if you guys see a developer, thank them. They do so much. He's the real MVP for fixing this. So thank you guys for reporting the issue when it came in, and thank you, Don, for doing the fixes. All right. So if we don't have any other announcements, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with questions. So first question is from Zero Cheese. Can we have a feature added to the builder mode that somehow can detect the weight of an unoptimized world and warn the builder along the lines of, while the world will still function, the scene may not be fully optimized for best performance of large-scale events?
So this is actually something we talked about doing a long time ago, is taking server performance for users, and depending on their frames per second that they're getting, it would kind of rate the world automatically. So builders could see if their world is performing well for people visiting them. But it's something that really hasn't been a big priority. But we do have the scene statistics in the tools menu, so you can kind of get an idea of how big assets are and stuff like that. So it can really help narrow down problem assets in your scene.
Worst case, I will go in and be like, beep, 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 your scene's too big. No, but actually it would be cool to have a little bit of a, it would be great, actually, yeah. So
Yeah, we've
thank
been
you.
seeing a lot of events lately that are kind of heavy for events, in my opinion.
Not quite well optimized. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so the next question that we have is from Zero. With tips, what is the percentage the people getting tips receives when they cash out? Do they still get taxed 62%, or is it different than that? Okay, so with tipping right now, it has to be set up with our side. We're going to hopefully be able to fix that more into the future to where it could just be automatic, autonomous, whatever the word might be. But right now, it's kind of like on a case-by-case basis. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but with the tip system right now, we have to verify identities and stuff like that, so that there's no sort of like money laundering or issues, basically money compliances that we have to deal with to make sure there's none of those issues, and also with Tilia. So it's on a case by case basis, and if you have a reason for tipping to be enabled, let us know, and we can try to discuss that with you privately to protect your information and all that. But it would be a great idea, and hopefully we're going to get that sooner rather than later to the general public. I'll try to get a better answer for you at next product meetup from a specific number. But in terms of what it is right now, it's it's a feature we have to enable on our side, and it's on a case by case basis. Anyway, next one is from, guess who it is? Zero Cheese. Will there be a do not disturb mode with a new profile update so I can set a mode that does not allow people to TP to me when I want to just run off and explore or hop between my own public worlds for testing purposes? Do you know anything about this deal?
I think it's a great idea. I'll definitely bring it up and put a card in for it because I like that idea.
Yes, would be very cool. Maybe the next thing we can have is status messages, just like AIM back in the early 2000s. Currently feeling no, but I think it is a good idea. So.
Where's the banhammer?
Oh no! Oh no! All right, next one. This is from Loki. Avatars are not tracking in VR anymore. How did this break, and what will be done to prevent this happening again? We are fixing it, and developers are preventing it from happening again. I'm not really sure if Steel, if you want to answer that.
Yeah, so Ikinema is a certificate that just expired. The biggest issue that we're having with this, and the reason why we couldn't get it updated before it expired, is because Apple bought Ikinema. So we kind of had to find a workaround for that. So I'm not sure what they're going to do to prevent it from expiring again. It's stuff that Don was working on. He'd be best to ask that question too. But we did get a fix for it for right now, at least.
Yes.
So it'll be back and up and running, hopefully by the end of the day.
Yes. So it's going to be hopefully really running real soon. So that's great. All right. And the next one is from Loki Elliott. In the relationship with these music labels, does Sansar handle the streaming, or does some other company handle that? I think I can answer. If it's being streamed to Sansar Official, generally it's me streaming. If it is being streamed to something like Beatport or something, usually they handle it. It's on a case-by-case basis. I wish I could answer more. If you have a specific question, I'd be happy to answer. But it's on a case-by-case basis. This is the answer to that. All right, next question is from Loki. It looks like we have a pattern here. Here we go. Why do we not have mirrors in Sansar? Is the graphics engine not up to the task? If it's a fear of performance hit, can't you limit it in some way? Have a mirror system object that can only be scaled to a limited size and draw distance. My point is, if you can trust us not to put a gazillion triangle bed in Sansar, can't we be trusted with mirrors too? I'm not sure about this. This is a Steel question.
Yeah, well, this is a render engine question, which I'm not really part of, but mirrors are generally always really expensive. Putting limitations on it for how far out it will actually render an object is a good idea, but if you want like for reals mirrors, I mean, that comes down to ray tracing. And I knew when we were back with Linden Lab, I asked our render guys when ray tracing started coming out, I was like, hey guys, what about ray tracing? And he just kind of laughed. But mirrors are a difficult thing. We have talked about it, but it's a kind of too big of a task for us to tackle right now.
There are some cool ways of doing it. I know that Zero's actually made a way of doing a mirror type thing with the camera system. So there's a ways, if you really want to have that effect, you can do it. Hopefully one day we get the actual like kind of mirror function, but there's ways to emulate it for now. All right, the next question that we have is also from Loki. Why can't we have animated avatar accessories? I thought we did have we have ones with flipbooks, don't we?
Yeah, you can do flipbook or UV, through the
I
materials.
think he means
but
object animated.
yeah, object
Or renders.
animated. I remember asking. I had a bug open for this at one point. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was a few years ago. But I can double check with our content pipeline guys. There was a reason for it. I just can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head.
All right. Next question that we have today. This one's actually from Twitch. This is from Siprimitahala. I am so sorry that if I did not pronounce that correct.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. I am sorry if I mispronounced. That was quite a name. When will we have MIDI included? Like, have interactive stuff such as pianos that you can use with your keyboard? So, we sort of, there's been a couple of users that have done something similar. I don't know if we have direct MIDI integration. Do you know, Steele?
Sorry, I was pinging our content guy. What was the question?
It is that when will we have MIDI included?
MIDI?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that one. That's kind of a big overhaul of the system. Not overhaul, but that's kind of a big add. So we're talking about like being able to plug like a keyboard MIDI or MIDI input, right?
Yeah, like a piano, for example.
Yeah. If you have a piano that has like a speaker out, I'm pretty sure you should be able to do that. I can double check though. I don't have it here with me right now, but I do have a piano that has a speaker out, and I know I can plug that into like a soundboard and have it come out of a speaker. So I'm pretty sure that should be able to plug in and be used as a mic essentially. But actually playback of MIDI files, that might be different.
Yeah, I think the media protocol goes into Sansar, and then when you press a key on your keyboard real life, it's copied animated onto a virtual keyboard.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That would probably be something that we would need our content pipeline guys to look at. It's a file input, but that would be cool. I'm not sure about like any stats or if that could ever get done, but I'll definitely bring it up to our content pipeline guy.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Okay, thank you.
The next question we have is from Ransom, and it says, does this fix also stop the mouse targeting while having an emote dance running? I think he's referring to the IK thing. Do you know on this?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I'll definitely test it while I'm checking these fixes, but I think the animation will override the point. So that would be something we would probably actually need to go in and change.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Also, the next question we have was from Bugnaria, which was about the arm movement. We go in ahead and covered that. So next question is from Woofers. When is the new chat update / change when? Do we have any ideas on when that might be coming out? I think they're referring to the prototype that Alex showed a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the combining of the chat and people tool.
Yeah.
So it's not 2 panels. I'm still not sure about that one. I haven't heard any updates on it after everything kind of slowed down. But
the holidays were rough.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about that one. I haven't seen any progress on it yet, though.
Well, we'll figure out. I think that is with the folks that are working on chat, so we don't really have the devs for the chat right here, right now. So we'll have to figure that out, and we'll circle back on that next one. But trust me, I would love it as much as y'all guys do. It'll be great. All right, Ransom is the next question. Are you guys aware that the world numbers still bug and show people in worlds where there are none? I believe we are. I believe that they are looking for a fix. Steele, do you want to go with that?
Yeah, so our server and web guy are both working really hard on this one. There's a lot of back-end buckets that keep getting stuck, and they're trying to figure out why they keep stalling. So it is very much in progress right now. They're trying to get to the bottom of it. Hopefully the fix though won't require a client update. Hopefully it all can just be backend stuff, so there won't be any downtime or anything. It'll just be fixed. But I do know they are working on also getting those head counts in events as well. So it'll be easier to actually see how many people are in specific instances and stuff for events. So
Yes.
that'll all get fixed soon, hopefully.
Yes.
They're working really hard on it right now.
Lots of stuff that is happening in the back that is not necessarily public right now, but that like it's fixing tools for us so that we can fix tools for y'all. So basically, lots of buckets, mini hats being worn, but hopefully we'll have some more public updates soon. Next question is from Unicorn. In our lookbook, will we get a feature where we can edit the item's materials even though it's already uploaded, just like the feature in the build mode in our worlds? I think it's a cool idea. I would love that. But yes,
yeah, me too. I've brought that up to our content pipeline guys that actually make those things, and he says it's totally possible. We just need to get the time to do it, and so fixing bugs is a little more important right now than adding features. So it's definitely something that we can do. We just either need the time or the manpower to get around to it.
Yes. It would be great. Definitely, as me, I love to wear all sorts of stuff. So uploading things that I make is,
Yeah,
I feel you.
and it also reduces your iteration time, because if you've got the model right, but you just need to change the texture shader instead of re-uploading the asset every time, it's a lot easier and faster just to do that. So it is on the list of things that we want to do. We just need the time and resources to do it.
Exactly. But hopefully 2021 is already looking good, So we're getting up on there, and, it's only the first month, so let's see this stuff come on out. The next question we have is from Mieka. When do we get full body emoted sit points? That's a good question. I don't know what he means by that. Do you know, Steel?
Yeah, so technically they're in right now. There is a bug with it, though, where if the sit point is dynamic and has moved away from the original position, your legs kind of get messed up because the IK is saying, hey, I'm supposed to be over here. But technically right now we do have full body sit emotes available. You can either have a script that runs a full body or just the upper body. So you could have an avatar sit in a chair. And I know we don't like to use the term pose balls, but you could sit in a chair and have some pose balls pop up that you can click on to make your avatar clap or cheer or wave or stuff like that. And you can set those to be full body or just upper body. But just keep in mind that if the sit point is dynamic and is moving, your legs are going to get kind of wonky because they're trying to solve for a position they're not in anymore.
That's actually awesome. Very, very, very cool. Next question is from Louise. Could we create an extra accessories for wearing belts? I think she means like an extra category. I feel you there.
I think Stretch actually addressed this at one point, where we either want to completely get rid of the attachment points, so you can put accessories like wherever you want, or fine-tuning them better, so you can have accessories on like your left and your right hand, stuff like that. So I do know that is something that they have on the to-do list, but again, it's just we need the time and resource to do it. So it's on the to-do list, but yeah.
Absolutely. Evo Av asked a question from Twitch. Question. It turns out it's very easy to make efficient, performance-wise water buoyancy effect with a couple of trigger volumes and 10 lines of C# code, but unfortunately behaves erratically because of client-side physics sync issues. How come this was not implemented in Sansar with client-side support, and could we please have such a feature? That is a lot of words that I'm not sure about. Do you have any ideas, Steele?
So yeah. So when we were putting in dynamic assets, we had to choose if we wanted to be server synced or client synced. And server sync means there was going to be lag between, somebody throws you a ball and you try to catch it, but for you, it's not in the right spot because it's not synced between the server and your client. So we went with the client seeking. But but like that says, that does create issues where I might see an object over in one spot, but someone else sees it in a different spot because the dynamics don't work exactly the same every time. I'm not sure about how to get that behavior fixed without having to force a sync between the servers. So that's kind of a stretch question. But he's not in right now. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure about that one.
Hopefully we can get him in for the next one. There's a lot of questions on here that I wish we could. Yeah, we'll we'll reach out to him and see if he can answer these afterwards. There's just a lot of stuff we're trying to get fixed with the hands and everything at the moment. So yeah, not everyone is able to make it to this one. But the next question that we have, because we actually have a lot and we only have a little bit of time, is from Dr. Fran. Will there ever be the ability to size mesh by length and width instead of only size? Thank you.
So yeah, this is actually another one of those that's on our, we have studio requests where our internal artist is like, hey, we need these things, and that's on that list. But over the holiday stuff, things got crazy, and so we're just trying to work through things as quick as we can. But that is a thing that is on our list of improvements that we really want to get in. But scene editor kind of takes a back seat to some other things a lot of times. So, but when it comes in as a studio request like that, it usually gets pushed to the top. So hopefully we'll have that. I know our internal art team would love it. So, and I agree, we seriously need it in.
Yes, it would be great. The next question that we have is also from Twitch, and this is from Siprimatahala. There we go. Question. Is the shop reset once you click out of an item still there, or is it fixed in the next patch? I think he means the in-world client. When you go back after seeing it, after you would search something, it goes back to, like, not the search. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
I think, didn't Stretch say he had a fix for
Yeah, the
this?
client side.
Yeah, I think Stretch said he did have a fix for this in at one point. I'll double check on that. Like, I know what you're talking about when you're on like page 4 and you click on an item and you go back, it starts you back at page 1. I'm pretty sure I saw Stretch
Yep.
talking about a fix for this. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to be in
review.
this next update. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be in the next update, but it has gotten attention. I know there is work being done on it.
Right. If you're doing extensive searching for right now, I definitely would recommend using the website, like store.sansar.com, but hopefully it'll be fixed very soon. But it's good to know that we have a fix in the works. All right. The next question is also from Twitch, from Heartstyler1978. Is real water planned in the engine?
Not like 3D dynamic. We do have this multi-bump transparent, which is a really good job at simulating at least flat water. It's not something that's planned right now. It's quite physics heavy, but I know at one point they were working on a displacement map system, so you could put an animated, kind of like the UV animated textures, that would actually use a displacement map to help get more like 3D waves, but it's not something that's been implemented or that's really high priority right now.
Yeah, the water's cool, but hopefully we can get it at some point. I mean, there's a lot of cool ways that folks have made water look really awesome. I would totally recommend seeing some of those, and there's ways you can make it look very realistic. So the next question that we have is from Yeka. This is, can we get multiple dynamic sit points on one and on the same object? Yeah, I think they are possible, but kind of what Vitamin C said, I think. Yes.
Yeah, as far as adding multiple sit points like onto a single object, there's a lot of problems with that. It needs a lot of work to be able to work natively, but there's a lot of people that have been able to kind of fake it, which works. I know FireGoat has a amusement park that has like roller coasters with lots of different sit points on them. So it is possible. Natively, though, there's a lot of
Yeah,
issues with having more than one sit point on a
but,
single
but
object.
that's an animation.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know,
Yep, and they all just
put it together of several objects and then they are animated and start
Mhm.
synced.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done for getting multiple sit points onto a single object. It is something that we, want. It's on our list of it'd be nice, but not like we have to have it. So it is planned, but it's not a high priority.
There's lots of awesome stuff being done with sit points, and I'm excited to see what you'll make with them as well. Were you going to say something, Rebecca?
No, that's a satisfying answer of the question. Thank you.
All right. So the next question we have is from Zero. This is a long one. We need to be able to set others as moderators. This is a demand that I hear all the time, especially from folks coming in from other platforms. I hear a lot say they refuse to do events until they can appoint others to have the ability to kick and ban in the event, not just kick. Most times the event host does not want to put a full stop on the event to deal with trolls, and sometimes creators will publish an event for someone else to host, and the creator, only person with mod powers, will not even be at the event. I know this has been talked about for a while, but this really needs to become a reality really soon, especially as Sansar continues to grow. Steel, I believe we already are working on that roles system, right?
Yeah, so that's actually part of the moderation update that we're working on. It's going to kind of overhaul a lot of moderation tools, and it's going to give a lot more use to these world owners for who can kick people, who can add people to the ban list, stuff like that. So it's part of the moderation overhaul we're working on.
It is actively being worked on, and there are ways that you can have people be able to be moderators from your scene. There's several user scripts that they have created, and it is possible through those scripts. It just not, albeit not through the way that it hopefully it should be when it comes out. So, definitely agree. It would definitely make all of our lives easier too. So, we are actively working on it, and we'll keep you posted on that as well. And then the other question we have is from What to Man. I don't know if this question has been asked already, but can we be able to move and scale hair? I did see some of y'all folks were talking in the chat about you can if the hair is a Marvelous Designer file. So you can actually import Marvelous Designer files, which is like our clothing files that you can noodle around with. But I am assuming that you're talking about being able to scale up like you do an accessory or something. So I'm going to put that to Steel.
Yeah, so the biggest issue with that one is if the hair is uploaded as an accessory, yes, you will be able to move and scale it. But if you actually upload it as hair, that means it has to have been rigged to the skeleton. And the issue with rigs and skeletons is if you start moving those objects around, they don't match the in-client skeleton anymore, and your avatar kind of turns into a monster. Because if the arm's going to rotate X amount of degrees and you've moved it, half a meter away from that, that means it's still going to take that normal rotation into consideration, and you end up looking like a monster. So it's not really an issue with like Sansar. It's just how rigs work. It would be possible if we got like an auto rig system put in, but for right now, importing it just as a normal rigged asset, it's kind of stuck the way it is. But if you imported it as an accessory, then yeah, you'd be able to move and scale it. But that ends up taking up one of your accessory spots, which is a bummer.
You can upload an accessory on the hair. Well, I don't know if you can actually, but you could probably upload a Marvelous Designer thing on the hair slot then. Play a little switcheroo.
Yep. And the Marvelous Designer item would count as one of your 5 clothing items. If you uploaded it as an accessory, it would count as one of your accessory slots. So it's kind of a little give and take on both sides. So it is possible, but it ends up using a slot that you could use for something else.
Yes. All right. So actually, that is the end of our questions. And I don't think that we have any other questions we missed. If I did, we'll give a couple of seconds to allow for questions to come back around. But guys, remember that we have some really awesome events coming up today, like Oasis Dance, that you can attend on your mobile phone, in Illuminati, and all sorts of great events that are coming up today. Also, we have some really great stuff that is going to be happening on the more official events side. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we get that kind of stuff announced very, very soon. So, I don't see any other questions. We are going to go ahead and end this right now and get to partying. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see y'all soon.